You know, I'm looking at you from the back right now.
Okay.
The gold assless chaps is a nice look.
Hate you.
What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Last night we recorded the Planet Destiny podcast, and Pope Bear came up with a really brilliant topic that we just didn't have time to elaborate on. We didn't have time to get to the meat of the subject, and that was, why is, since the Trials of Osiris came out, the Iron Banner just feeling lackluster? It just doesn't have the appeal that it used to. And I think around the table, everybody could agree that this was true. Trials of Osiris is definitely a non-stop thrill ride, and it's much more fun and much more exciting than Iron Banner is, or frankly, ever was. But can this be changed? Can Iron Banner become relevant again? Can Iron Banner be changed in a way that it makes it more fun and more exciting when it does come around, so you really look forward to it? Because right now, I gotta be honest with you, a lot of the time it just feels like old Destiny, the old Destiny that was just a grind fest, and you just had to put tons of hours into it to achieve anything. That's currently what the Iron Banner is. That's what the Iron Banner always has been. You have to grind for rep, try and get enough rep to buy stuff from Lord Saladin, and then you gotta go grind for more Glimmer because the stuff was so expensive that you could never afford to buy all of it, especially if you were trying to do multiple characters. And I think that, they've pulled away from that grinding model in Destiny as a whole, and they've tried to pull back on how much the stuff costs in the Iron Banner, but it's still very expensive. New boots, new gloves cost 5,000 Glimmer each. If you want to buy Etheric Light, it's another 5,000. If you're doing this on multiple characters, that's going to get expensive very quickly, and you're going to find yourself right back at the exclusion zone, grinding for Glimmer once again. Now, I've got some suggestions here, but I also want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think that Bungie could do to the Iron Banner to really kind of reinvigorate it? Get it as much fun as the Trials of Osiris. I got a few suggestions here of my own. I'm going to list those off right now. And the first one is going to be raise the stakes and lower the cost. So the idea behind this is that we've kind of seen the same stuff over and over again. This week we got new armor, but it's not really new armor. It looks different, but it's got the same perks and buffs that it always has. So if you've already got the old stuff, unless you just want it for aesthetic reasons, there's really no reason to go after it at all. Now, a simple fix for this would be, of course, to change the perks on the armor itself, and it'd be fairly easy to do. We've never seen hand cannon reload speed on the gloves. We've never seen hand cannon ammo on the boots. Why can't we see that instead of the same old scout rifle and auto rifle ammo that we've always seen, or auto rifle and scout rifle reload speed that we've always seen? It seems like a very easy fix. They went through the trouble of changing the aesthetics of the armor. Why not change the perks too, so we could have something brand new with this Iron Banner? This to me boggles the mind. And the weapons, they didn't change the weapons at all. There are new perks involved with the weapons, but they're the same perks that you can get with the Queen's stuff, any of the Crucible stuff that you earn, anything you earn from, anywhere else in the game. So the Iron Banner weapons, with a few exceptions, just don't feel that special, and they're exactly the same weapons that we've seen since the inception of Destiny. So that is a little bit disappointing, and it wouldn't be that hard to change. Now, that's not the only thing. They can't just change the rewards without changing the Iron Banner itself. And I think changing the rules and even doing it on a week-to-week basis would really add some excitement to the Iron Banner. What if next time we had the Iron Banner, they said, okay, this week we're going to do Inferno rules. Now, Inferno has proved to be a fairly popular game type in Destiny. If they just made one Iron Banner Inferno rules, I think that could be a lot of fun. Or what if the next Iron Banner, they said, okay, it's the regular Iron Banner with one exception, no exotic. So it would totally change up the meta for Iron Banner. It would be completely different. No more exotic hand cannons, no more Thorn, Last Word, no more Red Death, no more Vex Mythoclast. That would completely change the game in Iron Banner. I think a lot of people would have a lot of fun that week. What if they changed it so that Trickle was on that 1 week. So they lowered the recharge rate for abilities. Fewer supers, fewer grenades, and special melees. It would change the game in such a dramatic way that it would become much more about gun skill, much more about, you know, working the map with your primary, secondary, and, you know, heavy weapon, as opposed to relying on supers, relying on grenades. It'd be a fun week, and I think they could kind of take all of these suggestions, and they don't necessarily have to do it every week, but they could do it, you know, 1 week we get, you know, Infernal rules, the next week we get no exotics, or the next month we get Trickle. You know, all of these things could just kind of be added to the rotation, similar to what they do with Prison Elders, and I think it would add a lot to the Iron Banner. It would add a lot to the excitement level of seeing what the Iron Banner is going to bring this week. Now, I'd also like to see them make a very dramatic change. I'd like to see shorter matches. Maybe lower the time limit, or they could lower the score limit, so they'd make it kind of an adrenaline-fueled race to 10,000 points instead of 20,000 points, so that your whole team just had to go out there and get those points as fast as possible. And the matches would last a lot less time. So instead of feeling like you're just grinding, you know, 10-minute, 13-minute matches after 13-minute matches, you know, these matches might take 5 minutes apiece, and you go through them really quickly, gain all that rep and experience much faster, but also each match would be much more exciting. I think these are some of the things that Bungie could be looking at. Some of the changes that could be made to the Iron Banner. And again, I'd love to hear some of your suggestions. How could Bungie changed the Iron Banner to make it more exciting, to make it more relevant to the Destiny community? Because right now, Trials of Osiris has taken over. It's more fun, it's faster paced, it's got better rewards. There's just a ton of fun things inside Trials of Osiris. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, Trials of Osiris is my new favorite multiplayer competitive mode. You know, it's just a blast. It's so tense, it's so exciting, it's so frenetic. I absolutely love it. So that's gonna do it for this video. I know that I went over a lot of them are kind of, you know, spitball ideas. I don't even know if they'd really work, but I think it would kind of add to the meta of the Iron Banner. It would add to the fun of the Iron Banner, and any change at this point I think would be good for the Iron Banner, because otherwise I think it's just going to become irrelevant when people just stop playing it. Eventually people are just going to get bored. They're going to have all the weapons, they're going to have all the armor, and there's going to be no incentive to go in there and grind for that rep with Lord Saladin anymore. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.